Okay, so good evening, everyone. Again, thanks for joining. We are here today to carry on with our sprint planning. I am Vivian, the Scrum Master of this demo for tonight. I would like to introduce the rest of the team so that you're all aware again of who they are and what their roles are. Can we hear you? BA, please. Can the BA just briefly introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Uzo. I'm the BA on this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzo. Adetunji?
Good evening, all. My name is Tunji. I'm the QA.
Thank you, Tunji. Rita?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rita. I'm a QA.
Okay, thank you, Rita. So the project we're working on is ABC project. Tonight we'll be having our refinement and our sprint planning together. So Uzo, just to confirm from you, please, the stories we're about to refine been approved by the PO?
Yes, we have 3 stories that have been approved by the PO and they're ready to be refined.
Okay, that's fine. So based on that, I'll open up the stories for us to have a look at, and then if there are any questions from the team or the BA, please, you can address that, Uzo. Thank you.
Sure. Would you like me to read through?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, this is the marketing story. As a user on 𝐂𝐻𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓's website, I want to click on the marketing sub-menu under the services menu so that I can read about the company's marketing service. The acceptance criteria for this story is, given I am a user on 𝐂𝐻𝐍𝐶𝐿's website, when I navigate to the landing page and I hover over the services menu on the header, and I click on the marketing sub-menu in the drop-down, then I am directed to a page where I can read about the company's marketing service. Some additional information includes when clicked, the user when the services button is clicked, the user must be directed to the marketing. I beg your pardon. When the marketing button is clicked, the user should be directed to the marketing page. A picture must be at the top of the page. The details of the service rendered must be below the picture. And attached is the picture and the marketing information. I also have a wireframe that has been added to the story. If you just scroll down, yeah. Any questions?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abimbola. I'm the developer for this project. Please, do you have, what about the attachment? You were talking about the picture. Do you have the attachment for the pictures?
At the moment, I am still waiting to get that from the PO. Once I do, I'll attach it to the story. I should get that later today. I was promised I'll get that later today. So
Okay, that's fine.
thank you.
Okay, please kindly put that before committing the story, please. Thank you.
Will do.
Okay, that's fine. So this story would have to meet since it needs the picture, meets the definition of ready before we can actually commit this. So Uzo,
Can I just suggest
okay.
that I will get the picture because we just have 3 stories for this print. If we don't commit this one, we may not have enough stories. So I will get it today. I can promise that I'll get it today and attach it. So I think we might be able to commit it.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you agree to be able to put it in,
I do.
attach it today. Okay, so that's fine. I would actually chase you up on on that and to ensure that you do that. And yeah, if the team is happy with that, are there any other questions on the stories? Is it just the
Yes.
attachment that is the issue, or anything else? Because she said she'll be able to get it on for us today. And since these are the prioritized stories for this sprint, I believe we'll be able to attach that before then. So if that's okay with the team, Abimbola and Rita, is
Yeah,
that
so
okay?
for testing purpose, is that picture
Okay.
going to be static?
Okay.
No, it will need to be clickable.
No, because you say picture must be on top of the page.
At the top of the page. Oh yes, sorry,
So,
my apologies. Yeah, the picture
Vivian,
itself.
can you scroll up onto the wireframe, please? So, my question is up a bit.
Yes.
Where you have the picture. Yeah.
Yes.
So you said you get the picture today. So yeah. So it will be static, right?
Yes, it will be.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Any other question?
Okay.
Sorry,
I've got a question.
Yes, Tunji.
Okay. So you said when service is over on, so it's going to display. Then under the additional information, when click, the user must be directed to the marketing page. So I don't get that bit.
Okay. So if you look at the wireframe, you'll see that there is a submenu under service. So when the user hovers over the service button, this drop down will appear. And then when the user clicks on the marketing button, then the marketing page will be displayed.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Who has a question, please?
Hi, Sylvia. Don't worry, you ask after, please. Don't worry, just hold your thoughts. Please note your question so you won't forget. Thank you. Please proceed.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so without any other questions, I'm happy to close the story and then we can refine the next one, please, if that's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Uzo,
Okay.
development.
Sure. So this is a development story, and the description is: as a user on the Read Icons website, I want to click on the development submenu under the services menu so that I can read about the company's development service. The acceptance criteria is: given I am a user on the Read Icons website, when I navigate to the landing page and I hover over the services menu on the header and I click on development sub menu in the drop down, then I am directed to a page where I can read about the company's development service. The additional information is when the user clicks on the development button, they must be directed to the development services page. A picture must be on top of the page. Details of the service rendered must be below the picture. Attached is the picture and the development service information. Just like the previous story, and I believe the next one, I will get this picture and the development service information, attach it this evening so that the story is complete and meets the definition of ready. Thank you. Any questions, please?
No question from me.
No question.
Okay, thank you. Rita, any question from you?
No, I think it's clear enough.
Okay then. All right. Thank you, everyone. And our final story for this evening.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the application testing story. And the description is: as a user on the Read Icons website, I want to click on applications testing submenu under the services menu so that I can read about the company's application testing service. The acceptance criteria is, given I am a user on the Read Icons website, when I navigate to the landing page and I hover on the services menu on the header and I click on the applications testing submenu in the dropdown, then I am directed to a page where I can read about the company's application testing service. Additional information is, when the applications testing button is clicked, the user must be directed to the application testing page. A picture must be on the top of the page. Details of the service rendered must be below that picture, and I will attach the picture and the application testing service information this evening so it can meet the definition of ready. Thank you. Any questions, anyone?
Okay, so my question would be that the fonts, do you have any criteria for the font? How do you want the font to be?
I believe the font can conform with the rest of the website. There isn't any special requirement for the font to be different. It can be, the same consistency as the rest of the website.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Sorry, my question is Vivian, can you scroll up a bit, please? This is Rita, the QA speaking, please. Up, no, sorry, down rather, on the wireframe. So is it the same? Yeah, this information underneath the picture, is it the same as when you click on the marketing as well as the application? So is that the same information on both menu?
No, each story will have its own content. So there will be a
Okay.
separate content for development, for marketing, and for the application
Okay.
testing service. And I'll provide all three
Okay.
later today. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Okay, so we have 3 of the stories for you to, before the end of day, attach the pictures and the content.
Will do.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. So if there are no further questions on this, I would like you all to please log into the estimation board. I believe the links has been sent to you so that we can quickly estimate the stories before sprint. Well, before we continue with estimation, just to ask the team, I know capacity was checked before now, but I'm just checking to see that our capacity still remains the same, or if there are any changes. You'll let me know, please, when we go to commit the stories. Okay, so ticket 20420, development. Please confirm that you're all on the estimation board. Thank you. Abimbola, are you in?
Sorry, Vivian, this is Rita, the QA.
Hi, Rita.
I'm having issues with my Microsoft account, so I would just please help me to vote. I'll send you my vote. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I can vote on your behalf. Yeah, I
I'm
can
here.
see your. Are you in? No, this is Tunji.
Abimbola is in. I'm here.
Are you in? I can't see you. Let me see. Refresh the page and see. It still doesn't say. Are you on the right link? I can only see Tunji here, please. I can copy the link and paste for you again, if that's okay.
I am here.
You're here?
Yes, I just voted.
Are you on?
Oh, no, sorry. I think I'm on.
You're on a different board, aren't you? I'll just copy
I'm
this.
on the same board. I'm on the same board. So my
Vote
name
is 2 now. I think she voted.
Yes, I just voted.
Okay, you just voted now. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, but I think I'm on a different. Okay.
Story?
No.
Yeah, I think she's using Tester account.
Tester's account.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. So, do you want to? Have you voted now? Can you vote again?
Yes, I have. Okay, I should vote again.
So No, you won't be able to because I'm on the tester account as well, so that's fine. Rita, I'm happy for you to let me know what your one is since you're unable to access the board. So what would you vote on this story,
I've
please?
sent it to you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll reveal. So Tunji says 5 on the story. Rita, you said, what did you send to me? Where did you send it, Rita? I can't see it.
Telegram.
Yeah, I can't get it. It's not here. You can say it to me now because it's open now already. Okay, so you're voting 3. Adetunji, please, can you explain to us why you're voting 5 for this story?
Okay, why I choose 5 for my effort on this ticket is for the because I estimated both the manual and the automation.
Okay.
So to design the test case for the manual, then estimation for my feature 5 for the automation. That's why I pick 5 for it.
Thank you. Rita, any reason why you chose 3?
Yeah, given what Adetunji have just said, yes, I didn't add automation to it. Yeah, so I don't mind changing mine to a 5
Okay,
because
so
I
a
was
5
only
as well.
considering the manual part of it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Are we happy to go with the 5 for the team, please? I know the dev chose 2.
Yeah, we are happy.
Okay, then. All right. So, thank you for that. So we'll move on to the next story, which is marketing. Rita, I'm happy for you to send me your vote again, please, if that's okay.
We do.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So we've got 3 from Adetunji and 5 from Dev. Abimbola. Abimbola, any reason why 5?
I chose 3, not 5.
Oh, you chose 3. Okay, so Adetunji is 5. Okay, and Rita is 5 as well. Okay. Is it okay fair to make it 5? I believe you are putting consideration the automation and manual testing as well, hence the high effort, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Happy to put it 5 then. Thank you. 24022 application testing. Please vote if you're in the vote. Thank you. Okay. Rita? Rita, have you voted? Okay, 5. Okay. So it's 5 for Rita as well. Sorry. So 5 for all the tickets tonight. So thank you all for estimating our stories. So right now we're going to go into our spring. Oh, this is part of our spring planning. Apologies, I don't think I mentioned that after we finish the refinement. So basically, the spring planning, we estimate the effort on the stories that we're going to work on before we pull them into sprint. So right now, I will go over to our sprint board that is the board that would show the stories that we're going to be working on during this sprint. As I mentioned earlier with the team, I asked for their capacity. That's the hours they are willing to put in to work on their task each day. They did confirm 2 for me before now. And yeah, just checking to see if it was 2. Is it still 2, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Would anyone be taking any days off this week or in this sprint?
Yes, for the sprint. This is Rita, the QA.
Hi, Rita.
I'll be off next week, Thursday.
Okay, next week, Thursday.
Yes,
So
I'm on annual leave next week, Thursday.
okay, so I will put that into consideration. Thank you for telling me. That will be the 6th, right? And it will be the 6th as well. Why I say end date must be within the selected iteration. What iteration are we on? Oh, sorry. Okay. The iteration that wasn't selected. Our sprint ends March 4th. So next week, Thursday is actually out of our sprint because our sprint ends March 4th. So yeah, that would not be affecting us in this sprint. Anyone else having a day off? Okay. If nobody else, that would be great. Now, due to the unforeseen circumstance, Emmanuel is unable to work with us on this sprint, so there'll be no need to put in his capacity for the sprint. Thank you, Abimbola, for stepping in. I will quickly add you onto the board so that I can have you Abimbola,
That's it, Abimbola came, yes.
this one? Okay, thank you very much. So you will be out there for this sprint. I'll assign the days. And would you be taking any day off during the sprint?
No.
Okay.
All
right then. Okay. So I think we have like a public holiday or something like that coming up on Friday. So I will just tick that off for every member of the team on Friday. We would not be here, so that's fine. Okay, thank you very much for that. So our sprints that were on for this sprint is sprint 8, and the stories have been prioritized and put in the backlog. So I would pull them all into sprint now. So the first, they're prioritized on the top. So we have marketing, development, and application testing. BA, please, can you confirm that for me?
Yes, those are the 3 stories we have for the sprint.
And what would be our sprint goal, please?
We're continuing our development, actually starting development on the services menu.
Okay.
So we can craft our sprint goal around that.
So our sprint goal will be
working on or developing the features or our functionality of the services menu.
Okay. Can you help me with that again, please? What would it be?
So for this, our sprint goal will be starting the development, because it won't be finished. So starting the development of the functionality of the services menu.
Functionality.
A functionality of the services menu.
Okay. Functionality. Oh, menu. Oh. MEN. Here's my English menu. How do you spell menu again?
No E at the end.
There's no E, right? Okay.
Yeah,
All right
correct.
then. Thank you. Okay, we'll show this in the screen so everyone is aware. Okay, and okay, thank you. Oh, okay. I think I missed two of the stories. Sorry. Let me get it back again. So marketing. Sorry, move this forward so I can pick both of them at once. Okay, thank you. So we have the three stories in sprints now. Dev and QAs, please, are you able to raise your task now before we call the sprint planning an end? So please raise your task and add in your efforts that you think you'll be able to use to work on your tasks, please. Thank you. I believe you all have access to the sprint board. If not, I'm happy to share the link for you. If that's okay. Abimbola, are you able to log in?
I'm on it.
Okay, thank you. So please raise your task. And on your task, please remember to assign your name on them and the effort on it, please. Thank you. The planned effort for it. Let me refresh because it's not coming up. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you please add in your efforts so that we know what you're actually going to use to put them in here, your planned work, so that we can see your planned hours. Thank you, Adetunji, on each task. So we can use it here so that we can actually see it. Let me refresh again. Okay. So 1-1 each, right? So thank you. Yeah, so you raised your task on them and on the other two as well, please. So we give them a full understanding of everything. Okay, so thank you everyone for today. I really appreciate your time and your participation in today's sprint planning. Please carry on with your work. We will meet up during our daily stand-up and to get progress of what you're working on, and also if there are any impediments. So thank you all very much for today and have a good evening.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll do a quick voiceover for the two. I'll do a quick voiceover. Sorry, it's okay. Put it on me. Damshala, you can keep it recording. So I'll do a quick voiceover for the two, and then we can carry on from there. So, guys, if you remember all what we spoke about yesterday, some should be coming gradually and resonating with you. So the first thing, if you remember, the first thing I wanted to even say is, honestly, whatever you've seen here today, it wasn't rehearsed. There's no how you can rehearse it now. We're not party planners. I mean, how do we put it? So the only thing is, we just invited them for this call, and you can even see one example. One of the guys was not available out of reasons, circumstances beyond him, and we quickly invited somebody else, which was Abibola, to join the call. So it wasn't rehearsed. The only thing is just bring your game, and then we just throw it out. The only thing we sent to them is link to the board so they can participate and actively estimate, like you saw. So The first two things I just want you to notice, please know that you don't have to introduce yourself at every meeting. This is just so when you're hearing the recording, you understand why a particular person is asking a question. So we don't want you to go out there and for every meeting, it's okay, let's introduce ourselves. No, it doesn't work that way. You already know your team members. It's probably at the kickoff meeting, you introduce yourselves and all that. So you don't do that for your ceremonies. Then another thing is that we don't have to do refine. You don't even do refinement and sprint planning together. It's not. It's like a separate ceremony. The reason for the refinement. Remember, I told you guys you're refining for a future sprint. So it's something that would have been done before we started the sprint. However, I always tell people that I told you yesterday to agile works for us. We don't work for agile. But if a circumstance happened, maybe like a holiday or something that did not make you guys have it, you can have it same day. But it's not a. It's a no, right? Because you need to refine properly before you go into a planning. So if there's anything, that is not working well, maybe you need to split some stories, you need to get clarity to some stories. The PO or the BA, they have to go back to the customers to get better clarity on one or two things. It's at that refinement we will get to know sometimes. So you don't need to do that, right? Your head is spinning, Emmanuel. Don't let it spin. You get there. Then another thing is that if you see before Vivian comments, you saw how she welcomed that team. Please don't be over familiar. Always say welcome everyone. Just always make sure you bring your A game. Don't do as if it's something you do every time. Always make sure your team feels welcome, settle them in, and immediately you can, jump into the call. And before she started, you see she confirmed from the BA that has this story been approved because naturally the PO should be here. She should still probably confirm one way, but the PO is on holiday and has handed over to the BA too. So the BA tonight was working on two roles. But you see that confirmation happened. Then the BA was the one that read out the stories. But in the absence of a BA, anybody in the team can read it out. But the reason a BA is needed is because she's the one that wrote the story in conjunction with the PO, right? She's the one that wrote the story. So if there's any clarity, if you see at some point, remember when they were asking about static features. I remember Rita was asking about static features, how it would be tested. I remember Olatunji too, Adetunji rather, was asking of direction on the marketing page or something. I can't recall clearly. And the BA came in and explained that if you click on the drop down, you see this, you see that. So that the two of them asking that question, they were asking that for clarity as to how they are going to test that thing. So if they don't even understand it, how will you test something that you don't understand? So when you go to meetings, you're not there to be redundant. You're going there to listen and understand and picture what you want to do afterwards. So it's not like the meeting has ended, we have estimated, you now be saying it's not doable. No, it's there and then you pick the pieces. And that's why you even need those two meetings. You have refined, even if you go back after refinement to have a second thought, at least before planning, you can throw it out to the team that, so, I think this, just for clarity before you do any call, right? Then also, remember something I said, the reason for this meeting. If you remember very well, what was my reason I said for ceremonies? For the team to be in sync and be on one page. So you see that at the end of the day, the team was in sync. They were able to understand each other and they were clear as to what they need to do on that particular project. It is very key. Then at some point, when they finished reading the story, they had clarity. Now you can now go and estimate. Remember, I mentioned estimation, but I told you I wasn't going to go into details, so we don't derail from the class. But I remember defining for you that the effort it takes you to do something, that's estimation. So you need to estimate every story for you to be able to, work on it and determine the amount of effort you need to do it. And that effort includes your complexity, your reach, amongst other things. Your complexity, your reach, your technical know-how. Bye, thank you. Sorry, apologies. Your technical know-how and everything. You can imagine a newbie coming in. If I'm new to something and somebody has been doing it since 1950, you don't expect to have the same amount of understanding. You understand? So while Adetunji was saying 5, let's say it wasn't something that Rita concord with, that Rita insists that she wants the 3. It's okay. They will just find a middle ground and decide on the story point to assign to the ticket. But sometimes both of them can reason with each other and say, okay, this is fine. I chose this for this reason. And let's say at this point, let's say Rita has been doing it since 1920 and Adetunji is the one that just started like 2 months ago. You don't expect them to have the same effort because their technical skill and understanding is not the same also. So those are the things. Then at some point too, when you're estimating, you have to think of the unknown. But let's skip that. The next thing is if you remember, they moved to their capacity. They were not saying, oh, because we've checked out the capacity already. They had to reconfirm because now they're about to start spring. And you see now they have bank holidays, they have personal annual holidays. They have bank holidays, they have personal annual holidays, they imputed it there because you don't expect people to say you work for 10 working days and at the end of the day they are really, really working for 8 working days. Do you want your team to feel pressure? Make sure you take in the amount of work that you can do. Then you see also she asked the BA for the sprint goal. Now it's a team that should make that decision, especially the BA. It's a team decision, fine, but it's a BA's decision because they're the ones that brought that thing to you now. So the PO and the BA will tell us what the sprint goal will be for that sprint. So that's why the BA specifically, but I just keep calling the team because we're working as one, right? But you see, the BA specifically lined what the goal is for the sprint. Remember what I spoke about from your product backlog item? They now went to their sprint backlog at the time she started the sprint. And then that sprint backlog converted into their goal. Now, at the end of this sprint, they will now have that increment that we're talking about. So when they finish that work, that's when the dev, that's Abimbola, when she finishes what she's doing, the QA picks it up, finishes it, the BA goes and does the UAT test, and they put it to done. At that point, that work becomes an increment for them. So that's what, then you see immediately the Scrum Master get them to start creating their packs and everything. After everything, she still thanks the team. You won't say because you work with them every day, you will not afford them the respect they need and the understanding and professional style of doing things. You don't just say, okay, that she dismissed her team properly and she told them to get back to work. The reason is so that you don't waste your time. You don't waste time doing redundant meetings or meetings that are just elongated for nothing. There are reasons for all this conversation. Really apologies about my background noise. There are reasons for all this conversation. So it's very key. Those are 2 meetings that we have done. So we'll transition to the next one because of time. Now, at some point, Sylvia asked a question. The reason I did voiceover first before asking Sylvia is because sometimes when I do the voiceover, some clarity will come in for some people that did not understand. So I want to believe we'll have lesser questions now. So Sylvia, do you still have your question? Or it has been answered at some point?
Okay, sorry. Good evening, everyone. It's just that I'm lost. Like I didn't really follow up when you started the class initially, and to my understanding, I want to think that, or rather, I feel the BA, QA, and the 3 people that were actually the I don't know, they are the actors for the project, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or is it everyone that is expected to do the project or something like that?
So everybody is working on a particular project. Now, remember the journey I told you. The stakeholders told the PO. Can you remember that? Try and visualize the picture I showed you guys yesterday. The stakeholder gave the PO some work, a project for the team to do. And then the PO conveyed that to the team, especially the BA, where they had their own one-on-one to write out the stories and everything. Now, you see that the team has not entered in this space. So the BA wrote out all the stories. Now, when they now decided to come and do the refinement, you see now that the extra people that came to join in this line now is the SM, the QAs, the developers, right? The SM asked first, these stories that you're giving us that we should do next, are they approved? She said, oh, yes, they're approved and good to go, right? And then they now comment. So at some point, the message is coming from stakeholder, went to the PO, went to the BA, then now to the team as a whole. So everybody at some point has worked on that story. But remember, I told you that the BAs, they work before the sprint. They don't work during the sprint, right? They work on projects for future sprint. So the BA, while those ones were doing the things for last sprint, the BA was working for the future sprint, writing her stories, getting ready. Then when it was time for refinement, she was battle ready, right? She was ready for the refinement and they all discussed and had their refinement. So everybody is involved. It's just that the actual work that needs to be done, which is the development work, is the developer that will develop it. Then after that, the tester, which is still part of their developers. Remember, I told you that the redundant name now is the development team, but it's fine. If you see development team, it's still fine. But they are called the developers. So the developer, the actual developer, we can be front-end developer, UI, UX, any type of developer. She's the one that handled that development work, right? The which is Abimbola. Now, when she finishes her part, she'll pass a baton to the testers. But at this point, we're not even in that point yet because they are just refining and understanding what they need to do during the sprint. So it was actually when they finished understanding that, okay, these are the things we need to do, that they went ahead to estimate. So you must understand that journey. You must understand the process. Once you understand the process, you'll be able to have a smooth understanding. Now, if you did not join early, this thing is recorded. I check your screen, you see that the recording is on. You go back and listen to it. You understand? You go back, listen to it. Now, if you now have further questions in our next class, the first 5 minutes, you can quickly raise your hand and ask will resolve that to you or explain better. Or at some point, you get to meet your mentors in the next couple of days. They will join in. You can ask your mentors there and there because they'll be added to your group. So you can just say, okay, the BA mentor, for example, ask them questions straight away. They'll respond to you, right? Or just the next session, just ask everybody on this, every mentor or body on this BlueSky can answer any of your questions. And if they need to go get another feedback from someone else, they will get it and revert back to you. Yeah, I hope it helps a bit, Sylvia. If you're lost, just wait and get the recording. But try and just continue with, the next ceremony. We have 3 more ceremonies to cover, and 2 are very short. Like the stand-up will not take them more than 5 minutes and all. But the ritual might take a long time and all that. The sprint review too will not take more than 5-10 minutes. But we need to keep carry on because we have just 15 minutes. And I want us to have like 15-minute session, to have the discussion. So is there any other question before we fire on? Any other question? I guess we're all good. Thank you so much. Are you ready, Vivian, for us, please? Sylvia, I hope you're okay, small.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right.
Allow me for that.
Just try and think of that story and that picture, you understand. So Vivian, shoot, thank you.
All right, thank you. So hello, everyone. Thank you today for joining the Daily Stand-Up. I really appreciate your time, and I hope your day has been fine so far. So we can move on quickly. I would like to know what you've all been working on currently. So let me hear from Abimbola, please, our lovely developer. How have you been working and how have you been finding the task so far?
Okay, thank you very much. I've been working on the tax, and at the moment there is no blocker, and
Okay.
I've been able to develop because of time. I'm working on the application. I've already done the application story, that's application testing, but
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
I have not been able to work on the development story now. So I should work on that by tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Next, I'll call on Adetunji, please. Tunji, please.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Vivian. Yeah, I've raised my task on my ticket,
Okay.
so I'm waiting for the developer to finish on it so that I can quickly complete my task on it. So
Okay.
no issue. There's no blocker.
Okay, that's
Thank
fine.
you.
Thank you. But I can see that she's completed the application testing, so that one is completely done.
Okay, I'll pick that one and start testing it.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Rita?
Yes, good evening, team. If you refresh the page, I've completed my task on the application one.
Okay. The application one. Okay.
Is it that one? Oh, no, so the other, not
So
there.
I think it's now the marketing that is done. It's the marketing that is done. Sorry.
Is marketing
Application
that is done?
testing, yes. Application testing is in dev. It's in progress. While development is in progress. Sorry. Application testing has not been committed yet. It's still in progress.
Yeah, if you refresh.
Yes, if you refresh, that's how it is. Thank you. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, so I've completed my task on the application, on the marketing one rather. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for the developer to complete the other 2 stories. So hopefully that will be done before the end of the sprint.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so based on what you've all said now, no one is having any issues whatsoever. But just to confirm, I know the BA did get back in touch with me with regards to the pictures and she's added them on. Were you able to access it? Deb?
Okay, so yes, I was able to access it, but for the application testing, there is no picture yet. So I'm waiting for the yes. So I'm waiting for the PA to put that.
Okay, that's fine. I will get in touch with her, but I believe she's on this call as well. Uzo?
Yes, she is. I actually thought I have update. I'll do that now. It's supposed to be. I'll do that now and refresh, and you
Okay,
should be
so
able to access it. Yeah.
you do have it and you're able to
Yes.
upload it
Yeah.
now.
I'll
Okay,
do that.
thank you
Yeah.
very much. All right then. So thank you all for today. Have a very good day. Please do not fail to reach me if there's anything you need me to assist with. I'm looking forward to more progress when we meet tomorrow. So thank you all and have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You also saw this one. This one is very short. I don't need a special explanation for this one. There's no need of a voiceover. Other than you saw how we progressed. She greeted her team. Her team. She asked them, remember what went well, what didn't go well, and what. And I told you guys that you don't have to always say, oh, what went well, what didn't. She just asked for a quick update, and they updated her. And she also spoke about the impediment that she thinks they have, or the general one they were waiting for a picture or something. She spoke about it, but the team also, they don't have any impediment. They've moved on. We don't have to always say same thing. Remember I mentioned that, but that was a very quick one. They don't have to spend 100 hours there. They just went straight to the point, say what they needed to say. And you see that it's not like Rita spoke for 10 hours or Tunji spoke for 10 hours. Touch and go. Just say what you've done and move forward. That's that, and that's stand up. You see, stand up is very easy peasy. So you can imagine a team of 5 or a team of 7 or something. Everybody just say what they want to say, and that's it. So that's it. So I guess we should transition. We have two more. Ceremonies to go through. Over to you, back. Any questions on this ceremony, please? Any question? Quickly. Any question? Okay, I guess we're good. Thank you. Moving forward, back to you.
Okay, so this.
Wait, please. Please wait. Can I ask a question? I need you guys to wow me, please. I just remembered. Now remember they've done refinements. Remember they've done the sprint planning and they've been doing their daily stand up every day. So now we are at the last day of sprint. Who can tell me? Please just unmute straight. Who can tell me what ceremony they are about to do now? What ceremony are they about to do now?
Retrospective.
Print review.
Thank you. Who said review?
Tosin.
Tosin, claim your point. Oh, I've written your name for your point. Remember, Tosin, we're still going to beg Deji for all these points. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then after the sprint review, what next? Somebody else spoke.
Retrospective.
Somebody else spoke.
Retrospective.
Who was the person that said retrospective that first time? I still want to give the person notes. Who was
Me,
the person?
John.
It
John,
was
correct.
someone, John,
Okay.
yeah.
So remember I told you on the last day of sprint, you have the review, then you take a break or something, whichever way, then you now go and do your retrospective. Your retrospective is the final last event because you are having a reflection of what has happened all through the sprint, right? So those other ones are the activities in itself going on within the sprint, development work and all that, while the retrospective is just a flashback of all what we've done, and then we'll refer back. So back to you, Vivian. Let's shoot. Thank you guys for answering correctly. At least I know that I did not speak for nothing small yesterday, even with our bad network. But shoot, thank you guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Olami, for that. Now, this is for the SM. Now, there is a point I missed, which it's not that it's something major, but before we actually put our stories into sprints, it's good for us to put them on the commitment section of our board based on the fact of how we created our board. So these stories now on this section, right, would be moved to committed. This allows the developer to know that all the stories they'll be working on are here and are ready and are in sprint. So while they are also working on the stories, like Abibola now actually moved the story she's working on in 𝐂𝐈𝐓, so which is the one here. And then she also moved them to dev done whenever she's done with it. So the QAs will pick it up. I believe they're working on some stories now. So Rita and Tunji, whichever story you're working on, please just quickly move over here so they can see the flow on the main board as well before we go into the review. That's okay. So on the main board is what shows how the PBIs are being moved on the project, how you're working on that process on the project. So yes, so they'll move it. The QA is working on it. They pick it up and put it in QA as well. So you can see the PBI they're working on. And once they've completed that as well, it goes to QA done. Okay. So for the sprint we've just completed now, we've invited the stakeholder Allow Me to come and join us, as well as the whole team, just to showcase what we've been able to complete during this sprint, and also get any feedback from her and as well. So yeah, so what's that? Well, thank you, Allow Me, for joining. The whole team is here. Good day, nice to have you.
Thank
Grace us
you.
with your
Thank you so
presence.
much.
Thank you.
I've also heard wonderful things about your team. I hope you guys are going to wow me today with your development work.
We hope to do so. That's our aim.
All
We're
right,
here
let's get to the
please.
business of the day.
All right, thank you very much. So I'll give this to the developer, please, to actually showcase what has been done. We have the BA, Uzo, and also the QAs, Tunji and Rita on the call as well. So thank you. Yeah, so for this sprint, we were able to complete the additional feature for the services, which was the marketing and development part of it. So I'm happy to drive the board. Abimbola, if you want to talk through it, is that okay? Or the BA, whoever's able to speak through this feature, please.
Okay. What we've been able to do is just the features, the marketing and the development feature, and then this is a requirement for it, and when you click on the marketing, when you click on the drop down, takes you to the page, and then also the story about the marketing, and that's what you get, and that's what we've been able to develop. This is the picture of the marketing picture that was provided by the stakeholder, by the stakeholder. This is the marketing picture, and also the story that's about a short story about digital marketing. And then also we've also been able, thank you so much, William. So okay, you can scroll down. This is all the story. And then yeah, thank you. So again, let's go up the next story, which is development. The same thing we've been able to develop, the feature development. So when you drop services down, you go to development, you click on development, and it takes you to the development page. And then this is the picture representing, this is the image representing development, and also the short story about development. You can scroll down to see all the pictures. Yes, thank you so much. So what I'm working on presently, we can also show that there's a testing.
Okay.
Test application, that's how testing. That's what we're working on. Yes, we're still working on that. So it's still in development. So we should be able to finish working on that before the end of by next sprint. Thank you. There was a bit of problem with my system, and that is why I could not finish that. If you have any question, you can write. If you have any question, please.
Okay. So guys, I've just looked through what you've presented. Thank you so much. I think this is a good progress in just a sprint. But however, I still have some reservations. Like on this page, for example, on your service page, the service page, I think I would prefer to have an active background, not a static one. I know with what I saw, because I jumped actually to see your progress during the week. I got a bit feedback from the BA during the week on your progress, but seeing it fully now, I'm happy the page is completed on the services and the dev, but I want this background to be active. I thought I mentioned that before. Also, we had a conversation earlier. I thought I wanted this background to be a bit active because the page, I don't want it to look boring for the users. So, like the blue background that has all the social media, if it's spread across the page, of course, on the side that has the other services, it will be like a sky blue background under that, while the remaining page will capture this and be active and slide across. So after we have the one that has the full, maybe the next thing that slides across will be only the X. The next thing that slides across will just be the WhatsApp, just for it to be moving and active. It makes the page a bit more interesting and user friendly. I don't want to use the word user friendly now. It's not about user friendly, but at least pleasing to the eyes, right? So I don't know if you can do that for the next sprint. Will I be able to see these improvements in the next sprint?
We will okay, what we're going to do is we're going to review the story and hopefully, depending on the team's capacity, we should be able to work on it. If not complete it, at least start working on the change.
All right. So please remember, not for only this, for all the list of the services, right? If you do the drop down of the services, the marketing, the dev, the development work, the search engine, all the services that we discussed about, I need their pages to be active, so I'm not too bored looking at this. But this is good work. I like all the fonts. I like the mix of the color. I even don't like too many colors, right? So I like that. But I like that mini, like almost, I don't want to call it a watermark, but just a little background that is active and moving while we can still see all the things going on the page. Okay. If you have any further questions on this, when you lay your hands on it, you know how to reach me. You know I'm a phone call away. Please try and reach me so I can respond and give you clarity as to what I need. Is that okay?
That's fine. I'll definitely need to reach out to get a bit more detail as to how you want, because if I'm not mistaken, you wanted the pictures to be clickable. You want them to be almost like in a carousel, what do you call it? A
Uh-huh.
carousel feature.
Yes,
Is that
please.
is that
Yes.
what you're talking about?
Yes, please. So you know what you do for
Okay.
me? Check my calendar and book a call for me on Tuesday evening, like last thing on Tuesday, around the end of day for Tuesday. Is that okay?
That's fine. I'll schedule a meeting just to be able to elicit some more details as to the requirements. So I'll be able to capture it and share it with the team.
All right. Thank you so much. Really brilliant work, guys. Brilliant work. Thank you. Thank you for this. Any other thing you want to show me today?
No, that'll be all for now. Thank you for your feedback. And also, just to let you know that on the issue Bimbola spoke about, we're actually working on it and we should be able to deliver that to you next week. Just one more thing before you leave. I know I was informed that the homepage was meant to be prioritized for next sprint. So if you want this amendments made to the stories now. Are you happy for us to do it next sprint or the sprint after?
That's a tough one because you see, to an extent, both of them are priority. I want the landing page to at least reflect, even if all the services are not up. In fact, I was going to add now that I also want the search engine to be top priority because if people want to get to this, they should be able to search and see us in the top of the search, right? So I need the search engine to be priority. I need the landing page to be priority. You know what? Let's do it this way. I will think about it and revert on Tuesday when I'm having the call with Uzo. But pending then, please try and make this happen because I really don't want the pages to be boring when people start jumping on this, right?
No, that's fine. It will be
All
done.
right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for your feedback and thank you for your time.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right then. Have a good day.
Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.
All right then.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you, team. Have a good day as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the end of the review. So they had a non-tough stakeholder. They had a non-tough stakeholder, but you see, they, in as much as they might be swearing under their breath, like, this man did not tell us, or this woman did not tell us prior now, or something, they will still take it back. You heard all of them answer professionally to say, okay, yeah, we'll take this back and work on it. And you also see that the SM is trying to shield her team not to have too much priority on their plate, right? You can have work on your plate, but when all the work are priority, it becomes the chaos, right? So she's trying to select the things that are of priority for the team to work on, what the stakeholder wants to see. And the stakeholder is even now in a dilemma, wants to, you know how stakeholders are, everybody wants to see everything at once. Like if I give you a job today, I want it now, which is almost impossible. So, but the stakeholder was nice enough to say, okay, I'll think back and tell you exactly what I'll take as my priority and all that. But, that's by the way, just to tell you that most times you get constructive feedback, and you also see that the stakeholder praised them, because really look at it, the team has done a fantastic job in just one sprint. So you need to encourage people and also, still make your points known and all that. So I guess that's about it. There's no need debudaling on that. I don't know if anyone has a question on the sprint review. The whole idea, remember, all the ceremonies that's been happening is only the team that was there, right? Remember the PO, the SM, and the developers, right? It's been the team all through. It's been the team all through that's been attending. But when it comes to the review, you need to invite your stakeholder. You might have more than one stakeholder, 2, 3. You invite all of them and showcase what you have done. And remember, it's a show and tell. It's a showcase. It's a sprint review. It's a demo, whichever way you want to call it. But you need to show exactly what you've done. You can't just tell them with voice of mouth, or you can prepare one boring slide. I'm not interested. I want to see what you have actually done, right? So you prepare a slide. Don't get me wrong, if need be. But in this case, we're just starting, so I probably don't need a run through of that. I just wanted to see exactly what you've done so far. So, but whatever it is, you know what is in trend with your organization and you follow through. But this is just a sneak peek of how a review meeting will go. You will always get a feedback, no matter what, you understand? Just go back, adapt to that feedback, and in the next showcase, should be your top priority. Not that they'll tell you a feedback, you will not note it down. I'm assuring you that in the real sense of it, all of them are noting it down, writing it, because it's key. They will note it down, and that's what they will work on immediately when they start, to progress. So I think that's. So we'll now go to the last event of the day. The good part is we have how many minutes? So we have about 26 minutes. I don't know if you guys can run through it in 20 minutes. So we ask the last 6 questions, less than. I'm happy for you to go less than self. So over to you back. Any questions on review? Please, if you have any question on that, still put it in mind. Yeah, so we'll go to the last ceremony. Thank you. Now to the retrospective, the fun part. Okay.
Hello, team. Thanks for joining the call today. Really appreciate your time and your effort, especially this sprint. So the board has been created. I hope you're all able to log in. Please log in before we give our feedback. But as usual, I always have something nice for us to talk about. So today, icebreaker is just going to be very quick, not too lengthy. But while you think about it, I believe you can see my screen. Can you read the story while you think about it? I just want to know how your day has been, your week has been so far. Uzo, please, how have you been?
It's been good. Thank you so much. I've been a bit under the weather, but I'm definitely feeling better now. So thank you so much for asking.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad you're much better now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tunji, how was your week today?
Hello, Vivian. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been going on well.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Abimbola?
Good, good. So much work to do, but
Oh dear.
getting back.
Oh dear. Don't worry. I'll just help you collect the paycheck. You can keep doing the work. That's fine. Rita, how are you?
Hi, Vivian. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Really nice to have you all here. So I want to believe you can see my screen. So just a little puzzle for today. Whoever gets this one has a very brilliant surprise at the end of today. So I'll just quickly read it. It's just for 2 minutes. And let's get our brain working today. So a man works on the 10th floor of his office building. He always takes the elevator down to the ground floor at the end of the day. Yet every morning he only takes the elevator to the 7th floor and then walks up the stairs to the 10th floor, even when in a hurry. But he will go all the way to the 10th floor when others are in the elevator with him or on a rainy day. Who can guess why? I'll start with you, Uzo. Ipa the B is here, so you always have solution to every requirement. Oh yeah, help.
Um, hmm. I'm not exactly sure why. Okay, so there are two scenarios. It says he'll always go all the way to the 10th floor when the others with him or on a rainy day. So I don't really know why the rainy day. The rainy day is the thing stomping me. But off the top of my head, I would say why he always goes up to the 10th floor when others are with him. I don't know. Maybe he's short and he needs people to press the 10th floor button for him. I don't know. I don't really know. And I don't really know about the rainy day one. That one is stumping me. So
Okay, that's fine. See, I told you the BAs, they always have the answers, you know. Can the dev beat the BAs now because you are the ones that actually bring their imaginations to life. So, Abimbola,
No idea.
how are you going to build this for us now? Okay, no idea.
I'm so
Rita,
proud you can even do.
okay. Rita, people like to find faults, QAs.
Yes,
So, yeah. So help us out.
it's a bit confusing because we assume the raining day means okay, now I've lost it. I couldn't remember what I wanted to say.
Susie, we only have 2 minutes for this, please, so
Yeah,
that we can carry
no
on.
idea,
Susie?
sorry.
Okay. Okay. My logic, let me go by my, though I'm not saying it's right. Maybe the 10th floor button is malfunctioning. So it had to
Okay.
stop at the 7th floor, which is working
Okay.
fine. Then the rainy day of it, that one it's kind of tricky.
So when others are on the lift, we go to the 10th floor. And when it's raining, he will actually go to the 10th floor. And he needs the 10th floor, but he can't get there on any other day without people being in it or if it's not a rainy day.
Maybe he's scared of being alone. Maybe he's the only one using the 10th floor then.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's a possibility. So, yay, our time is up. But as usual, not as usual anyway, but the whole team, you are brilliant at what you do. And I appreciate every single thing you guys do every day. So, thank you for that. But for this, none of you got it, but the BA was halfway there. So, yes, he's short. And for the rainy day, when it's raining, what do you do most of the time?
you
Think,
have an
think.
umbrella.
Exactly, you have an umbrella, so he's
Oh,
short.
he can use it to press the
Thank
button.
you! Yay!
Oh, got
There at
you.
the end. Yay!
Good
You
one,
see,
good one, good one.
we got there at the end. So thank you all very much for taking part. So next time you see a short person, please be helpful and help them, to the 10th floor.
I
Not the same.
disagree with you with that one.
That was a good one.
Because where the button is, everyone can touch it.
No, his hand cannot touch it. It's
He
unless
must
we
be a
arrange
very
it.
short man. Is he a
It's
baby?
very, yeah,
Maybe
I
a
don't
dwarf.
know,
Lady will touch it first.
Maybe a dwarf.
Yes.
So he might not be able to reach it.
That's nice. All right, thank you guys. So the bot created today. Just quickly, briefly put in your stories. What you think went well during the sprint, what didn't go well, and any suggested improvements that you might have. So I will take just about 10 minutes for this because our time is quite we're running out of time now, so let's try and quickly do this, if that's okay. I'm not sure if you guys have added some. I'll just refresh to see. Thank you. Okay, where are we now on that? Thank you all for putting in on the board. This will help us really assess how we worked last sprint and just ensure that we work better in meeting our goals. So thank you for taking the time to fill this out. So we have 2 more minutes to actually finish this section so that we can actually have a look at all the feedback for today. Thank you. Thank you for those that have filled up. So you can still carry on if you still have a few things to go. I'll just try and go through them now because the session for updating the board with your comments, time has elapsed. So we'll carry on while you do that as well if you still have any other thing to add. So looking at the what went well column, we've got communication is top notch. We've also got, I also enjoyed our daily stand-up. Okay, so I'll just have communication is top notch. Whoever wrote that, can you please, I know it's clear, but would you like to elaborate on that? Just to identify exactly what communication you're talking about.
Yeah, I put that there. I think we were able to communicate everything that we needed to know for the sprint, and that helped us to deliver on time.
So would that be in terms of having clarity on the requirements, speaking,
Yes.
yeah, and the B, okay, all right, thank you very much. So I enjoyed our daily stand-ups.
Yeah, that is me. So I think because our attendance seemed to have improved during the sprint, and because we had members of the team there were able to, walk through the issues we had. And yeah, it made the stand-ups really, quite enjoyable. And obviously we're able to achieve our goal for the sprint. So I enjoyed that collaboration and the communication between the team. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So all boils down to another communication success and collaboration. So we have active collaboration within the team, which I think it's also clear and based on what everyone has spoken about so far. Yeah. So whoever wrote this ticket, does the person have any other thing to add, or happy for us to go ahead because it's clear? Who wrote this ticket? Are you happy for us to move, or you have something to add? Okay, I'll take that. Silence is, Okay, so we have DSU time boxed, and the collaboration between the team worked great. Okay, so thank you for that. On what didn't go well, we have delayed of attached images, stories didn't meet definition of ready. Okay, so I believe that one is clear. Who wrote this ticket? Do you have anything to add to that? Okay, no. So I believe this is clear. I do understand we didn't have that, and I think the BA was able to explain the reason why, and hopefully, yeah, that'll be something that will be looked into for future sprints. So next one is I would have liked some 3 Amigo sessions to be able to go over the issues with development. Okay, who wrote this ticket, please? Can you shed more light on that?
Yes, I did. So we obviously had some issues with development. There were some blockers, obviously. So it would have been nice to have sessions with the developer and the QA just to be able to discuss what issues we're having and see how best to resolve them. So I think that was missing during the sprint. And I think one of my suggestions is to have them for our future sprints where we encounter this kind of issue again in any future sprint. So.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I do agree. But I think the major problem with this was not being open enough. As soon as the issue was being encountered, I think if we had been able to be more aware on time, probably we would have been able to address this. But yes, we'll look into this as we go forward. Thank you. Development was a bit slow. Who wrote this one?
Yeah, that's me. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It'll go with the first one that says one of the first one, the very first one at the top, they made the definition. Yeah, they made the definition already. So yeah, that kind of delayed
development. Yes, so I think that was one of the issues that affected development. Okay, so that's fine. Other than that, there's no other other than the issue of the photo attachment, no other thing regarding to why the development was slow, right? I want to believe that's the only impediment that caused that.
I think so, but yeah, I think the developer should be able to.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, time. I'd love to hear who spoke this, who wrote this, please. Time, it's Ray. Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember if it was me because I think it was a mistake, but I can also speak about it.
Okay, that's fine.
During the daily stand-up, it was not really, the SM did not mention that, there was no time management. No, she didn't really announce how much time we're going to spend. I know that the standard is 15 minutes. However, being that we do not have so much to say, I mean, we do not have so many stories, that we're working on, probably she would have said, okay, today we're going to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that we don't go on and on while the stand-up meeting. But I think I wrote it by mistake.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
I experienced some blockers with getting some content for the stories. Okay, I think this has been explained earlier, I think. Oh no, sorry, just to have a look exactly. Delete attached. Okay, so you experienced blockers. Can we have more information on this, please?
Yeah, I think the last two are mine as well, and they're similar.
Okay.
So because the peer was on vacation, I wasn't able to get the content we needed on time. And so our stories at the time of sprint planning, we didn't meet the definition of ready. So I had to scramble quite a bit in order
Okay.
to get the stories we needed. Hopefully the PO being back for our next sprint should resolve that. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that issue
That was the
basically.
reason. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
Okay, so suggested improvements, we've got bulk triage, 3 amigos, knowledge sharing, brown bag session, coaching. Okay. Okay, so I think these ones are pretty clear, the suggestions that you've all made. But before we go on there, I'd just like us to quickly group similar cards and then vote on them as well in terms of what we have here as our suggested improvements as well, if that's okay. So communication is top notch. I enjoyed our daily stand-ups, active collaboration, collaboration between the teams. So I think most of them boil down to collaboration and communication. So I believe we can, why is this not moving? We can group them together. Is that okay? Do the team agree with that?
Yeah, I think those
Okay,
two
that's it.
be
Yeah,
good together.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. And then we have DSU time box. Yeah. So delayed of attached images. I think we have similar things that would have caused that and have been clearly explained. So sorry, apologies, but my mouse is not cooperating. And I've liked some 3 amigos. Okay, so delayed and then development was a bit. Where's the one I had here? Okay, I experienced some blockers. Okay, so that was all that. Sometimes these things just they are not moving. Apologies for that, guys, but that wasn't what I wanted to move. Okay, so that's there. We have that one. Which one is this one? No. Okay. PO being on vacation affected our elicitation. So it's the same. That's why you experienced your blockers, isn't it? It's fair for me to put that there, group that there as well, right?
Yes, I think that would be good.
Okay. Thank you. So our suggested improvement is to have a bulk triage, which I agree with. That would be able to address. Okay, sorry. Bulk triage. Who wrote this, please?
It's me.
Okay.
So that's for us to be able to prioritize our bugs.
So that would be within the dev team, right?
Yeah, I mean it's for the project manager to decide which one should come first, and depending on the sprint goal for the sprint.
Okay. That'll be noted. So I need to work on the bug triage. So this I would suggest, it's open to the team, is how would we want this carried out? Would that be
So
at
it
the
depends
end
on
of,
how much bug we have. So if we have too many bugs, so we just have to prioritize them. And yeah.
okay, so based on the ones that we've been unable to resolve
Yeah, the
that
ones
on the
that
backlog.
yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, we would look into this and then see how we can work on it more. Three amigos. Okay, knowledge sharing, brown bag session. Okay, so if we're happy, can we please vote on, if we're happy with what we've gone through so far and clear on especially the suggested improvements, can we vote on them, please, so that we can take know what we're taking as in our actions for improvement, please? That's okay. I don't know if you guys are voting. I'll refresh again just to see. No? Oh, into my- Okay, I can't see any votes. Are you guys able to vote? I believe it's still saying 0.
Yeah, I voted below, so the ones I voted
Okay, I
below,
voted
yeah.
below. Okay, that's fine. So, are we done voting? So I can have a look. Okay. So we have, let me just see if I can go to, I don't know, there's no focus here. Okay. Yeah, so for brown bag session coaching, we've got three amigos, we've got 2, knowledge sharing, we've got 1, bug triage, we've got none. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. So we voted for, we're going to only be able to, due to the work we have next sprint, we'll only be able to currently now have a look at 2 of the suggested improvements. And based on your votes, these 2 are the highest ones. So we've got brown bag session coaching and the 3 amigos session.
If you refresh, I think the bug triage do have a vote.
Okay,
Yes.
let me have a look again. Sorry. Where is it? 3. So that's the thing. Once you refresh, you always have to take yourself back to where you were. So about triage 2, knowledge sharing session 1, 3 amigos. So 3 amigos and bug triage have got 2 votes as well, but we're only able to take in 2 or try to work with 2 for improvement. So brown bag session is definitely going in. Okay, so I'll just put it in the action part so that we can put it into the backlog and then assign it to someone. So when we're talking about the brown bag session, who is happy to own this to ensure that it happens? I'm there to support as well, but I'd rather if a member of the team owns it as well, so that we can be 2. Uzo?
I'm actually hoping to own the 3 amigos one. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I was waiting for that one. Hopefully that would go through as well, and I'm happy to drive that one. So I'd rather
Do
rather
that.
than
Okay.
yes.
Abimbola? Abimbola?
Okay, that's fine for Bromberg, yes. I'll take ownership.
Thank you very much. I'm available to work alongside with you as well on that. Okay, so description. We would have to look at our schedule to see what days and time we'll be able to carry that out. If that's okay, Abimbola, I'm happy to meet with you on that. And then we can revert to the team.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we've got both triage and 3 amigos with 2 votes. Are we happy to take votes in? Is it something, I think it's something we can actually have a look at, but it's still open up to the team. And I think we can take in the 3 for next sprint because of, I say this because of the backlog. We really need to clear the triage on them. And also, should any issue come up like we had over the last sprint, I think these Amigo sessions will be very helpful. So if the team is happy about it, is it okay for us? I know we agreed on taking 2, but if you're happy, I'm happy to put this into the next sprint. So happy to take them to the backlog for now. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
please.
Okay with me. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So with the bulk triage, Rita, are you happy to own this?
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. And for the amigos, we know who gets this. 3. Okay. Oh, I think I forgot to put that in the backlog, but that's fine. I would do that later. So because I think the other one is going to the sprint, well, I'll put it back in the backlog, so that's fine. Okay, so those are our actions we've agreed as a team to look into and hopefully work on them next sprint along with stories that I'll be working on as well. So before we leave, just for the team to quickly give an assessment on the page there, if you can quickly just populate it. Don't worry, as usual, it's anonymous. So please, all I ask is be open, and answer as truthfully as you can, because this helps us all work better as a team as well. While you're doing that, I can't but say a very big thank you. I believe with the stakeholder that we met during the review, she was quite happy with the features. I know she did give us some other requirements, which we can easily look into. Uzo, I don't know if you've been able to schedule the meeting with the stakeholder.
Yes, I've looked through the calendar and sent out an invite, but I haven't gotten a response yet. So hopefully it should go through with no problem. So
okay, thank you. But the review went well as far as I'm concerned, and I can't but say thank you all so much. Uzo, thank you for the work you do. In as much as the requirement still keeps coming in, you're able to take it and not just take it, but be able to change our stories, work on it immediately and give it back to us. I can't thank you enough for your efficiency. Dev, Abimbola, without you, we would not see the beauty that we're seeing. So thank you so much for all your efforts, your diligence, how you're always on time to respond to things. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And the able QAs, Tunji and Rita, your eagle eyes, well, it's only heaven. No, I don't know how you guys do it, but we can't but say thank you. At least your efforts, your work, it shows. We can see it. And above all, from myself and the our stakeholders as well, we really appreciate your effort and thank you so much for all that you're doing. I know this past sprint was a bit the workload was a bit much, but you all were still able to deliver. You kept to your efforts, your tasks were done, you moved your task well. I can't but say much, but I would really want us to work on one thing, in as much as I know that we're all trying, but we're still, especially when we encounter those issues, so we are able to address them on time and timely so that we're able to deliver timely as well. So thank you all very much. I don't know if you've, I'll refresh again, all populated this yet. And then, yeah, so thank you. Hopefully you'll have a good rest. Your weekend will be brilliant. Do something nice, have a drink, meet at the pub, whatever you need to do to relax yourself this weekend. Spend time with your family. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday for sprint planning. So have a good break, holiday time, and enjoy, because it's the bank holiday this weekend, isn't it? So enjoy and see you on Monday for sprint planning. Thank you very much and have a
Thank
good day.
you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, my wonderful, fantastic mentors. I can't but start with saying thank you to all of you for all the effort you've put in today, for the guys to learn a bit from what we do, and really all what they've done today is not far-fetched from what you'll be doing. You see that it's easy peasy, right? You know what I'm telling you? All the way, but all you need to do is just know your onions. If you wake them from the sleep like this, you see how they are firing. Someone will just woke out from sleep safe because she was already sleeping when I woke up. I mean, but like you see how they're all firing. So thank you so much to all the beautiful mentors. Please stay. We'll wrap up in a short while, right? I just wanted to take us quickly through number one, the game. I don't know why they did not invite me. So bad. I knew the answer, but they still did not come. When I now posted the answer, they started shouting the answer. I'm angry. Moving on. Then after the icebreaker, you see that when they started the call, she said hello to the team and everything. They did the icebreaker, yada yada yada. After the icebreaker, you see that they went to the main business of the day. Remember, I told you that no matter how playful you guys are, don't forget the main business of the day. And immediately she told her team to populate the board and all that. Then while they're having that silent 10 minutes, although they didn't use up to 10 minutes, but while they're having all that silent 10 minutes, you can play soft music in the background. Don't go and play Zazu. Can play soft music in the background or anything you want to do. But if your team doesn't like music, like my team, they don't like music. Their brain is hot. Engineers, they don't have time for paparazzi, so they don't like music as such. So it depends on how. So just flow with your team. Then if you see when they finished populating the board, the first thing she did was to scroll down a bit to see anything she could group. At that time, she didn't catch anything, but she still went ahead, with it. I saw her trying to see if she could group communication or something. But you might not have caught that, but I'm just trying to explain to show you why she did that. But at some point, she now finally was able to group a couple of them, right? So, and at the same time, if you notice when they finished populating the board, there was no item on action plan. You cannot put an action plan when you don't even know the action yet, right? So when your team is populating the board, it's not like they'll start and be putting something in action plan. Action plan should always be empty until you are done discussing, or even whilst you are discussing, you can be populating the action plan, but not when everybody's still trying to populate the board. I hope you get the gist in between them. Then another thing was he called each of them to explain. Now, I told you yesterday that sometimes you can do this anonymously, but if not, if you're in a team that you guys are free with each other, why anonymous, right? So they were not too anonymous about anything. When they are called upon for any ticket, they'll tell exactly what it is. In fact, in some of these whiteboards, you can even click on something to say, okay, show all the people that wrote the ticket. So if I see a ticket, immediately just below, I'll see the name of the person that populated it. If you want that, but if you don't want that, you can colorize anything you want to do. But that's all, by the way. Abimbola, it's okay, you can drop off. Thank you so much, Abimbola, you're the best. No, 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 no. All right, then you see that they all explained, because sometimes you can misput things. Somebody said time management, it might be negative or positive sometimes. It even depends on the column they put it, but she called for explanation. You must always tell the people to explain the tickets if it's sort of not clear, but don't assume for anybody. People have different meanings for putting some of the words. Then the best is actually to put a bit of clarity. You see that for those that were trying to write, the three amigos and everything, put the reason they are trying to put there. I'm going to answer your question on all the three amigos and co, but I just want to sort this out, right? So they put the reasons that they were able to explain, even at some point, the DOR, some of the things you can take back to. I'm not sure they took this back, but they explained it a bit. But some of the things you can take back is after they said that people did not have great understanding of what the definition of ready was and everything, you could have a workshop with your team as a Scrum Master. You could coach your team on, you might have done that before initially, but trust me, after a while, things drop off a bit. You need to keep reminding your team. You need to keep them abreast of things, right? You could just call a mini workshop. It doesn't have to be too detailed, just detailed enough for us to understand what a DOR is. And at one point, you need a DOR. It's always at the beginning of the sprint. You don't sprint anything that's not met definition of ready. So you need to explain that to your team, coach them a bit, just in a small ad hoc call. You can do that with them, all right? Then you see that they also addressed all their issues. They explained. Then at the end, they voted. They actioned the things they voted, and at the same time, they owned it. It's not like they just actioned. At some point, you heard Uzo saying she was going to own the triage, like that, like that, like that. So like everybody owns, so that they know who to follow up with. It's not just sitting pretty somewhere. And sometime during the sprint, I'm sure the SM will be asking Uzo that, oh, how far with the three amigos you mentioned? Are guys going to have it this sprint? That means that you are growing as a team. That means you're adapting to the changes that you spoke about in the retro. The retrospective is for you to adapt to changes. You're reflecting on all the things that did not go well and the things that went well. So it's more like the things that didn't go well and the things you want to keep doing and improve on, right? So you now action the things that really didn't go well, which was their three amigos. So somebody has owned it. Somebody will push the team to do that. So it means that you're changing, you're growing as a team. You're not just being redundant or doing the meeting for no reasons. If you do this meeting and nobody's actioning it and working on it, then why are you doing it? It means you're just talking for nothing. So you see that they actioned it, and all those are the things that you must make sure that you do within your team. Then they also spoke about all the other things that we're going to work on. Then at the end of the day, you see that she's asked a quick survey, not compulsory though, but she asked a quick survey just to know the team happiness. Sometimes it's good. It's not every time you need to do it, but even if once in a while, just know the flavor of the team, how happy they are or not, and all that. You could do that. Then at the end of the day, you see that she sat down and hailed that team. If I'm the BA, the next sprint, I'm going to tear my dress for the whole team because I'm so excited. See the way she hailed the BA see the way she hailed the developer, that without you are no joy. So all those kind of things is enough to motivate your team. It's a little motivation. It might not mean much, right? But it means a lot individually, especially when your name is called, like, oh, allow me, thank you for, I'm always happy. That excites me. My cheeks will just grow bigger than it should be. It's normal. There's nobody that doesn't want to be hailed. So it's good. You don't need to fake it. You don't need to say it on it. But sometimes you just need to mention, so the team will know that somebody's watching me. Not that some people that are very introverted somehow, even if they're a bit relaxed within the team, all those things motivate people. Then they believe they are part of the team. And that's the space you want to put your team at all times. So remember all the things I told you about Scrum values, right? The values, the respect, focus, commitment. Don't talk rudely to people. You see, they maintain the professional steez all through. Even when they were playing the game, you see that they were really joking and all. But when they became serious business, they maintained their professional, strength and all that. It was very beautiful to watch. And she thanked everyone and all. So that's it in general. But you see, as we're going, we'll get to when the mentors are working with you through, they'll get to tell you some other things. There's some things you might have just left out little here and here, but you will get to know as you. But in all, this is virtually what you'll be doing. Honestly, this is what you'll be doing, participating, put the joy in, and that's about it. Now, for going to the questions, for example, I'll start from the rare. I hope I've explained the whole retrospective. Now, okay, let me start from Joe's question. So Joe said he asked the question yesterday. Sorry, I'm not aware of this question, but anyways, I want someone within you guys that are here to tell me the answer to the first part of his question, where he said he asked a question yesterday that what day of the sprint is ideal for the sprint review. Even on this call, I've mentioned it. Can somebody say so that I know that I'm not talking to myself? Joe, please pardon me. I just want to be sure that people have gotten it. Anybody can tell me when you're supposed to do the sprint review? Quickly, just unmute. Don't worry, just unmute. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Anyone, please? I'm talking to myself. Chris, we can't hear you. Do you want to speak quick? Nobody's talking. Anybody? When are we supposed to have the sprint review?
At the end of the sprint.
All right. I mentioned that several. It's the last day of the sprint. You have the sprint review. Then you just give a break. I mentioned it that you can go for a tea break. You can go for a work. Just reschedule it another time. You split it through a meeting for 3.5 4 hours because your sprint review might take you an hour or two. Your retro will definitely take you an hour and a half. So apologies about my background noise. So your retro might take you an hour and a half and all. So you don't want to sit for a stretch meeting. So you need to take a break between the two meetings. So once you take a break within the two meetings, then you can have the best of your team members. So that's the reason for breaking it into two. But both are done on the last day of sprint, right? Both are done on the last day of sprint. Then your second part of the question is that the feedback from the stakeholders during the sprint. I think this is also the same question 𝐂𝐓 has sort of, that during the sprint review, are they going to fix the issues? No, you're not going to fix the issues there and then. Except the issue is very, very small. Maybe like a spelling. Maybe they're supposed to spell diseases and they did not put S in front at the back. And the developer can quickly get to it. Sorry. And the developer can quickly get to it. The developer can quickly explain him or herself and what you want. Apologies. The developer can quickly say exactly what he or she wants, and that resolves everything, right? So, but they'll just put maybe an S. The person can just do it from the back end. But if not, most of the time they'll just go back and do it behind, right? You don't need to respond there and here, and you're going to do it within the next sprint. Remember, that's the last day of sprint, and the next day you're starting a new sprint. So you need to give your team a bit of a break. It's not like everything you have to do it and do everything at once and say, okay, you are done. No, it doesn't really work like that. Yeah. So, but at the same time, it's something very short. There's no one way about it. But the truth is, you don't need to be under pressure to do it immediately. You can do it the next day. You can do it, but you inculcate it into your next sprint, right? You just write a quick short story on it and put it into the next sprint. I hope that answers both of you. Yeah. Is that clear, Joe? Is that clear, Eva? Both of you quickly, so that we can go. Another 1 minute, we should be leaving here, I guess. All right.
Yeah, very clear, very clear.
All right. No pressure,
Thank you.
really. No pressure. You don't need to do it there and there. You don't need to. Then okay, now forever, you said brown bar session, you just come together and have a bit of growth within the team. You teach each other things, you have sessions with each other just to learn from each other, anything, right? For the three amigos, the reason for the three is the PO slash the BA. I want to put them together in one category. The PO slash the BA, then the developer and the QAs, they come together to have a bit of deliberation on clarity, to clarify maybe any ambiguity in that project or anything. They just come together, sit through it, and be in sync. Because sometimes you might not get the full clarity, within the retrospective, within the refinement and anything, right? So you just have a bit of clarity. Between everything. So that's the three amigos. Then the bug triage too, almost similar, but this time around they are dealing with the defects within the team or the bugs they've raised and everything. They are talking about the bugs, not the full stories and everything. It could be even cosmetic, any bug. Anyways, they'll just sit down and do the triage on it. Apologies about my background, but I guess that's about it. Now, next with me, all the words you've heard today that are not very familiar to you, put it on your glossary, like Uzo suggested the other time. Put it on your glossary and then write the meanings there. By now, I expect your glossary should have reached like 40 or 30 words on the list. So I guess that's about it. Any other question? Does anyone have any question from the demo tonight? Or what do you think about the demo? Just one person quickly. Did it help you get a bit more understanding of how to go about things? Anyone, please. Anyone, quickly, so that we can go.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a very nice one. But I have some question particularly about the QA. It wasn't more detailed, like what I expected to see, like in their own detailed part, what they should have done, maybe when moving the requirement, the work to in progress or done. I was expecting to see more details, what they did and how they did it. But actually, it was straight up.
All right. So you see, now these are ceremonies. In your ceremony, you're not going to be working in your ceremony in the sense of, In your ceremony is not where you do the actual work. Please, let's try. You are in a meeting, right? So in that meeting, is that where you open your test case and start showing how you tested the thing? Or no, you're not going to do that. You're going to do that when you're working. Remember when they finished the planning and all, they created the attack. They created the attack, and then after they created the attack, they went to work and now came back to give us feedback from the meeting. I don't know if you get the gist. The meeting is different from their actual work. And you see when Vivian was dismissing them, she said, oh, you can go back to your work and continue progress. So somebody is speaking, but I hope you get the gist. They're not going to show you the test case and all what they are doing during the meeting. The only time we do a bit of show is during the show and tell. So during your meeting, you're not going to be showing that. But now let me now tell you one thing. Nothing is cast on concrete. Let me give you an example. So during my stand-up, if we do a quick stand-up and in 5 minutes we're done, now, if two people within the stand-up still have some things they want to show each other, or maybe some computer-aided design they want to show or something, you see them, they'll say, okay, yeah, everybody can dismiss. 2 of them will stay back and show each other. Or if the whole team wants to stay and see what they are doing, that's fine. You can now show that thing, but not specifically during a daily stand-up that is there, you want to start showing your work. No, it doesn't happen like that. But like I said, nothing is really cast on concrete because daily stand-up is just supposed to be touch and go. So it doesn't mean that when you now see people showing things on daily stand-up, you say, but Olawumi said, no, don't get me wrong. Some people will just say, okay, no, I tried to do this. And the team will say, oh, no, you didn't do this. You need to put in this equation. You need to put in this. You need to add this to the test case to resolve. So sometimes during the meeting, you can show some things. But ideally, it's not where you come to show. You're just coming for a sync, right? You're coming for a review. You're coming for just an accountability session. You're coming for just a feedback of what you have done so far. Then you go back to your own cubicle to do your own work again and progress, right? Then you put all those things in your wiki pages or anything, the folders, you need to put them and then you save them. You understand? That's a different ball game. So they are not going to be showing you during this ceremony exactly how they clicked on this and this. No, it's not going to be like that. Now, these things that you have asked for is what you will learn during the internship. One, how to do that work behind closed doors. But we're just teaching you how to handle the ceremony at this time. This is just ceremonies. So the actual work, you learn it during the internship with the full guidance of all these super duper mentors, right? You'll be learning them as you're going. So that's it. I hope you get the gist. Yeah, Stanley, you good? Hope you get the
Yeah,
gist.
loud and clear.
All
Loud and
right,
clear.
all
Thank you very
right.
much.
This session brings to for one soft skill. I think I get a bit what you're saying. Yeah. You should show yourself. Can't you see how professional Vivian was? Now, wow, Vivian is fearing me. In fact, I'll now be thinking I'm a bad scrum master. Because me, I'm not this nice to my team members. Okay, I'm nice, but she was so sweet. She was so kind. I was like, now, wow, people learn every day. Oh. Vivian is my girl. Don't go there. Oh. Thank you. All right. Any other question? We need to go now. Really, really, really. Except you have any pressing question. But if any question pops onto you or comes to your dream, please ask us tomorrow.
Sorry,
All right. Go ahead, Reza.
sorry, just a quick one. Is it only Azure or are there other Scrum, like let's say Asana also? It's really Azure that can be
All
used.
right. A tool is a tool. It depends on what your company uses. In BlueSky, we use Azure, and once you're very proficient in Azure, most times you're able to use any of those other tools. Now, there's some people on this call as we speak that they use Asana in their offices, and someone like me, I use Jira, right? So because of the proficiency I've learned during Azure, I was able to maneuver Jira to an extent. I can call myself a half guru in Jira, right? I can never be a full guru in Jira, forget. But I can call myself a half guru in Jira. Like I can do Jira in my sleep, you understand, with my own understanding very well. A lot of people even reach out to me in the office, show me this, show me that. So, and the proficiency came from knowing a bit of this Azure board. So all you need to do, see guys, put your mind down, come and learn. At the beginning, it will still be a bit of Greek, but by the time you do it a bit more, you get familiarized with it. Let them throw you in any deep sea. Let them bring Asana, bring anything you will scale through, right? It's just that the most common two is Azure DevOps and Jira. They are the most common ones cut across organization. But trust me, a couple of people, I've heard people use Asana and all that, even within this BlueSky, that's in their offices and all that. So yeah, the same thing, but they are not, the interface will be a bit different, but yeah, doing almost the same thing. So once you learn this wholeheartedly, you'll be able to maneuver any of the tools. Trust me when I say so. I was I was dry in Nigeria until I started my actual work and everything. But with time, I got used to it. There are lots of other tools different companies use. All right, Tekle, we good, Emmanuel?
So lastly, yes, thank you so much. Lastly, so the links to the videos, especially for the other courses. So how can we just get them so that we can, retrospect on
All right,
the
Damsala,
other
please
videos
put
part
the
2 years?
CRC link to the chat so that Emmanuel can pick it. I think it's the one that said it was new. Please, can you quickly post the CRC link? Then, if you're also the person that said you didn't have a team, please can you join 10? What was their name? Oh, I think it's 10 that is team
Sterling.
Something like
tech
that.
is right, the tech guys, right?
No, Sterling
Yes,
Tech or something like that.
Yeah. So So please join them, please. Thank you. Please join them, guys. Please welcome the person. I don't know who it is. Please welcome the person. Yes, Sterling Tech. Yeah. So Sterling Tech, please join Sterling Tech. Thank you. Any other person have a team? Are we all good?
Oh yes, I do have a question actually.
All right, shoot.
So thank you for tonight. I think the session was all the sessions were very insightful, and it was nice to see all the ceremonies and different types. So great. Yeah. So my challenge today, or the question I would ask is about attendance, because I really don't know what happened. So usually when I click on the link, it takes me to a Google formula where I just do these things, but then